Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Joshua. Joshua is from England, but he lives in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. So let's see what Joshua has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Joshua, how are you?
Fantastic, thank you, William. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. Really appreciate the opportunity.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
My day's going well. I've been to the gym, practicing some calisthenics. I've just done some work. I'm an online English teacher and an online personal trainer as well. So I've just done some classes, had some students, the same after our interview, and then maybe go for a run after that, yeah. How about you? How's your day been?
It's been great, actually. It's a bit cold in London right now. It's cold, but I like those days when, it's a bit cozy and you can just, the weather just gets you to be at home and relax and enjoying the day. That's the good part as well, when it's those cold days.
Yeah, February in London is quite cold. Where are you in London? North, east, south, or west?
South London. I'm based in South London.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to live in southeast and the southwest, so I know it's like.
I used to live in southeast. Now I live in south.
Okay, nice. Moving up in the world.
So tell me, where are you from, Joshua?
So I was born in Gibraltar, which is like a small island at the bottom of Spain. But when I was probably about less than a year old, my parents moved back to Birmingham, where they were originally from. So I was raised in Birmingham, but now I live in Brazil. So that's a bit about me.
Oh my God, why Brazil?
So I met a Brazilian woman when I was working on a cruise ship. I was the personal trainer there. She was the housekeeper there. And then we started speaking and then developed a relationship. And we had quite a long period of time apart from each other because, it's a long distance away from each other. And and then I saved up some money, got married, came here, got a CPF, and now I'm a Brazilian. So, yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm originally from Brazil, and it's when you said I'm in Brazil, I was like, oh my God, I need to ask him about that. And where are you based in Brazil?
So I live in Rio de Janeiro. So
wow.
I live here, Zona Norte. So not really Copacabana or Ipanema, but it's only about 30, 40 minutes away. So that's no problem. Where are you from?
Mato Grosso. My state's called Mato Grosso. It's north of Brazil, in the middle of Brazil. Wow. Okay. And how long have you been living in Rio for?
So I've lived here for just over 10 months. So I'll be coming up to a year in April.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Wow. Are you enjoying so far, Rio?
I love every day. I love waking up. I've got a balcony just here. The sun rises every morning. The people are so warm, welcoming, very friendly. Of course, there are places you shouldn't go, which is an international thing, But for the most part, it's fantastic, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
That's amazing. Oh my God, I'm glad to hear that. So you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you're a personal trainer, and you said that you teach what? You said something that you're a teacher as well?
Yeah, so a personal trainer, online coach, and an English tutor, an English teacher as well.
Oh, I see. Okay. So tell me tell me a little bit about your journey as a fitness coach, how everything started.
Yeah, so I initially began training to be an instructor or coach in 2020, and it only takes about a year for the course to complete. Unfortunately, in the time that I was doing it, we got hit with COVID-19. So all the gyms were closed, all the assessment centers had closed as well for a good few months, maybe half a year. So because of that, it took just a bit longer. In fact, it took another year longer. And then I managed to complete all of that. Then I qualified in January of 2022. The first job I applied for was on board of a cruise ship. I saw it on like an Indeed website or something like that. I applied, just hoping for the best. And they contacted me shortly after to say, yes, we'd like to have a sort of interview like we're having now. I had to make a video of how I would teach people, so my kind of style, communication methods and such. And then I got the job. So I went on board of a Royal Caribbean cruise ship coming out of Texas. I used to go all around the Caribbean and Mexico, which was incredible. I used to teach structure classes in the morning, cycle classes, all sorts of training people personally on a one-to-one basis. I also used to teach yoga on the beach in the Bahamas as well, which was,
Wow.
yeah, quite an experience. So I was on board the ship for 9 months. And then after I left the ship, I returned to England, but I didn't go back to Birmingham. I stayed in London. So
Right.
I went to London, and then I was working in gyms around London, conducting classes and working with people on a one-to-one basis as well.
Wow. But during this time on the ship, that's where you met your wife.
Yeah. So like I said, I was the personal trainer. She was the housekeeper. And I had seen her walking around doing what she was doing. There was there was a good attraction there, and yeah, one thing led to another. We got introduced through a mutual friend, and then we started speaking, and it just kind of blossomed from there, really.
Beautiful, beautiful story. I love those love stories. I love it. Actually, I was working for Disney Cruise Line as well a few years ago for Disney
Yeah.
World. The ship, yes. It was a short contract. I was doing, I did 3 months and a half. I was working hospitality, and after I finished those 3 months, they offered me a 7-month contract, but I said no. I love the experience. It was amazing, but I met people all over the globe, and I'm still in touch with them. And that's working on a cruise ship. It's hard work, as you know very well. However, you have the best of experience, and I'm so happy that I've done that in my life, because there's some memories that's gonna be forever there, and it's amazing. I think it's a great opportunity when people can get out of it. I think it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I couldn't agree.
Okay, Joshua, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Sounds good, yeah.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
I'm going to try, yeah, going to try.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
That's good.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Right, first question is, what do you like to cook the most?
Ooh, spaghetti bolognese. No question there. I love spaghetti bolognese. It's a good dish, not too hard to make. If you can get the ingredients and the sauce right, it's a winner. Garlic bread on the side as well.
Oh.
You got to keep it a bit cheesier.
What's your favorite Brazilian food?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I'd say you've really got me with that one. Mocoto.
Mocoto? Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, wow.
I love mocoto with acai to finish.
Wow, I love acai. I think it's a good combination for sure.
Yeah, I love it.
Good. Next question. Okay, next question is, what's your idea of a perfect friendship?
My idea of a perfect friendship is having someone in your life who you can rely on, somebody who you can share your deepest, darkest secrets with without judgment, someone who could be there for you in a heartbeat if a bad situation arose, somebody who you can make memories with, laugh with, cry with, and somebody who's going to be with you to the end, really.
Saying that, your best friends, they live in different parts of the world. Where are they based, your best friends?
Yeah, so my best friends predominantly are still in England because, we grew up with each other since the age of, really stuck together from the age of 18 upwards. So we've been best friends for, 14 years. I've had best friends who I'm still best friends with now for about 20 years. I've got a best friend of mine. He lives in South Africa as well. I've got a best friend who's my brother. He lives in the Bahamas. So yeah, I've got friends and best friends all over.
Okay, so all of them, they're watching this interview right now. When you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message, what would you say?
Come visit Brazil. It's a beautiful place. You're going to love it. And I'd love to see you all again really soon.
Amazing. Great. Next question. Before the next question, Joshua, tell me what's the biggest joy of being a coach, yeah, a fitness coach. What do you like the most about your journey? And the flip side, what do you find most challenging?
Yeah, so the thing that I love the most is helping people discover who they can be. You know, showing people that anything is possible if you just set your mind to it. Showing people that motivation, discipline can get you to places beyond your wildest dreams. And also seeing the end result. So seeing people's transformations, you know, going from the caterpillar to the butterfly and the journey, it's a fantastic, rewarding thing to experience. And the downside, I wouldn't really say there aren't many downsides, mainly because I love what I do. So because I love my job, I don't really see it as a job. I don't see it as, you know, a strenuous task at all. So yeah, I've got no negatives.
And do you train every day?
Yes, I aim to. I'll train every day. And if I can't train in the gym, I'll go for a walk. If I don't feel like walking, I'll go for a run because it's the only way to get stronger. You know, if you take a day off, you're going to get weaker. So you need to maintain that continuity for sure.
And most of your students, yeah, online, they are in England or in different part of the world?
Predominantly England, because that's where my market is. I can resonate with, you know, English people a lot more. But there are people who I've worked with from America, people I've worked with here in South America as well.
I see.
Mainly English-speaking countries.
I see. Okay. Next question is, what is the happiest day in your life so far and why you consider that?
The happiest day of my life so far was probably, as corny as it sounds, probably the day that I came to Brazil, because I knew that I'd left a lot of hard work behind. I'd worked continuously in London, 2 jobs, studying at the same time as well. And knowing that all of that hard work and sacrifice had gone to something great, and it was going to be fantastic, that was probably the happiest day of my life. Being on the plane, coming here, I've never felt so much peace. It was the most tranquil I've ever felt in my life, yeah.
Wow. Saying that, and of course, can see how much you appreciate and enjoy being in Brazil. However, what do you miss the most about England, about London, when you think about, you know, England? What's something that for you, you miss it?
Chocolate digestive biscuits. 100%. Look, it is chocolate digestives. For real. Those crunchies, like the chocolate bars as well. But in all seriousness, probably the landscape. Now, for me, you know, Brazil's an amazing place, you know, aesthetically. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. But for me, England will always have my heart. You know, the countryside, the greenery, the forest, and everything like that. So the thing that I miss most about England is being able to go on hikes and go into trails and climbing Mount Snowdon and of course, friends as well. So.
I see. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Joshua. Next question is, what is something you wish you could do every single day?
It's acai. I'd probably say the one thing I wish I could do every day is probably surfing. I really like surfing. I think it's a really enjoyable thing to do. Like I said, I live a bit away from the beach, which isn't a bad thing, you know, it's good. But I'd love to be able to surf every day. That's my dream.
Saying that, what do you when you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being Joshua? What do you like the most about being you?
My level of perseverance, to be honest. When I was a teenager, I didn't really have much motivation. I didn't really have much drive. All I wanted to do really was just play video games, and that was kind of it. And as the years went on and I started to experience life, it kind of made me realize that, you know, life isn't just sitting in your home playing video games. It's quite an unforgiving world. You know, you need to realize that as hard as it sounds, you are kind of on your own. And I've had many ups, but I've also had many downs, and they've managed to mold me into the person I am today. So I've had some bad times where I've had to persevere, but you just got to keep on going. So I'd say the perseverance for sure.
And when was the turn point that you started realizing that you started to have more an active life? Did something happen at the time, or just felt like, okay, I need to change my life course of life?
Yeah, so it's funny you should ask that, because my turning point was I got stabbed, right? So I got stabbed in the back when I was on vacation in Portugal.
Oh my God!
Yeah, yeah.
Just like that, just like that.
Well, it was mainly because I wasn't in control of myself. I drank a lot. I'd done a lot of drugs and stuff like that, and I don't remember it, if I'm totally honest. I remember everything after, but nothing before. And then because I wasn't in control of myself, that's what really made me take a step back, reevaluate my choices, the direction that I'm going in. And it really did help me to change paths.
Oh, wow. What is my God? I was expecting that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
No, it's nothing that I really say too much, but it is, to be honest, I'm quite a transparent, honest, open person. And that is really the turning point for me.
Wow.
I wasn't in control. It could have been worse, to be honest. So,
Wow.
but that really opened my eyes. Yeah.
Wow. It's okay to keep this part in the interview? It's okay to keep it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've said it online before myself. So
I see. I'm just asking that because here, I realize that a lot of people, they get so relaxed during the interview, and sometimes they say very open, like personal things, and sometimes I like double check just in case.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. But anything I do say, I'm happy to repeat online. It's no problem.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, of course, be on a cruise ship, as we mentioned before, there are a lot of adventures, a lot of stories, a lot of, situations. So tell me something funny that happened to you, something interesting, or something that you're never going to forget. For some reason, always going to have a special place in your heart when you will work in a cruise ship.
So many. I don't know where to begin, to be honest. I think the first time seeing the ship, that was a really big thing. I was in Texas, a place called Galveston, and I remember being in the taxi, like Uber, on the way to the ship for the very first time. And I remember being taking a corner around where the port is and seeing just how huge the ship was. I was just like, wow, I'm going to spend 9 months on that. And that was incredible. I remember going on there, boarding, doing all my paperwork and things like that. But I'd say one thing that really, really stood out, a really big experience, was we were on the sea. We were supposed to go to a certain place, but the weather was really bad, so we couldn't actually go to our destination. So we took a detour to somewhere else, and in that detour, I was teaching a class at like 7 a.m. And it's just finished, and some guests came up to me and they said that you may want to call somebody for the people outside. And we're in the middle of the ocean. So I thought it was like the maintenance people. You probably know they've got kind of rigs that go around the front of the ship so they can clean the windows and things. And I thought maybe someone was stuck. But in actual fact, like really far off into the distance, there was a boat of people. And they were like Cuban people who were trying to sail in a really, really small boat from Cuba to, I'm guessing, Miami or Florida. And we found them. They'd been on the sea for 17 days. They were on the water, lost. And yeah, so we took them on board, and that was an absolute crazy experience. Like everybody on the cruise ship was on the one side, just looking, and it was crazy.
Oh my God, what a situation. Wow. I totally agree with you. When you saw the ship for the first time, I remember, we spent 3 days. We were doing like short route. So you're leaving Port Canaveral in Florida on Friday night. Saturday morning we were in Nassau. Monday morning we were in Castaway Cay, which is a private Disney island. And Monday morning we come back to Port Canaveral for a 4-day cruise. We had a sea day, so it was 4 days instead of 3. So you're doing those routes, yeah, like the same route for 3 months and a half. one of those routes, of course, one of those hurricane happens, and we couldn't go back to Florida. So we went to Cozumel, to Mexico, and after we went to Costa Maya, another island as well in Mexico. So it in the end was like 7 days cruise instead of 5, or instead of 4, which was exciting for us because it was a different routes, was some things different. And I remember as well the very first time when I saw this ship for the first time. So we spent before we went on board, we spent 3 days in Disney, all the parks to get to know the everything before going on board. And I remember seeing this ship for the first time as well, and I was like, oh my god, it's happening now. How I've never been on a ship before, so for me it was like also a bit overwhelming as well, I must say, because when you see this big ship. However, when you start to get to know everything, the route and everything, it was an amazing experience for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it is fantastic.
Next question is, what's the biggest risk have you ever taken?
Moving here to Brazil. I came here with no job at all. So I got a one-way flight to Brazil with no intention of going back. I came here with my wife had sort of planned somewhere to stay, which is the apartment I'm in right now. But we stayed with her parents for just a month until we moved in because the apartment wasn't quite ready. But I didn't have a job. I didn't have a plan. I just came here knowing that I was going to make it work. And I managed to get a job online in the first 3 weeks. And then I've also been working on my kind of coaching thing, getting it from the ground up. So I'd say that was the biggest risk, for sure.
Wow, amazing. 3 questions left, okay?
Sounds good.
How do I say 3 questions left in Portuguese?
Três perguntas, but I don't know the word left.
Últimas 3 perguntas, as últimas 3 perguntas.
Últimas 3 perguntas.
Últimas 3 perguntas, é. Até I speak Portuguese now. Even myself, I got already confused now. Últimas 3 perguntas, because we kind of changed the, yeah.
3 questions.
Let's do it. Okay, Joshua, next question is, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
Probably my mother. My mother, she worked part-time, she studied university part-time, and she raised 3 children all on her own. So, wow. Yeah, that level of dedication, that level of hard work, it really, hit a nerve with me, my brother as well, and my sister. So I'd really say that my mother is probably the most influential person in my life, for sure.
Wow. And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from her?
Most beautiful lesson I've learned. I've learned many lessons from my mom. Always look, even if you're crossing a road that's a one-way street, always look both ways. She told me that when I was a very young child, and it's something that's always stuck with me and I've never forgotten. Now, you're from Brazil, and I'm sure you know how lawless the roads are. So where I live, in front of my apartment, it is a one-way street. But every 30 minutes, you'll see someone riding a motorbike up the wrong way. So even though you're supposed to look just left, you've got to make sure you look both ways. So always look both ways. And
your family are back in Birmingham?
Yeah, so my mom lives in Birmingham still. My brother lives in Nassau, actually. And I've got a sister who lives in a town just above Birmingham.
Where do your brother lives again? Your brother?
Nassau, in the Bahamas.
Oh, really? And he works the cruise ship as well or not?
No. So he works for himself, and his wife, she's half British, half Bahamian. So they work in the Bahamas, yeah.
Oh my God, your mom must be so desperate to leave all those child like wherever in the world. Brazil, Bahamas.
Yeah, I'm expecting her to come over here sometime this year as well.
Oh, sweet. It's 2 questions left. Let's do it. So before the next question, tell me what's the meaning of life for you?
Meaning of life for me, working hard, trying to be successful, being disciplined, and getting your full potential out of life, being the person you're supposed to become, improving because if you're not improving, you're stagnating. So yeah, really trying to do that. Also making good memories, living without regrets as well. I think those are really big things for me.
Amazing. Next question is there a dream you always had?
A dream I always had, not necessarily. Life kind of just happened to me. I knew that I wanted to leave Birmingham. I knew that much. I just didn't know how, and I didn't know when. And as luck would have it, I did manage to get out of not just Birmingham, but the continent. So I managed to do that. And I'd say, if anything, I've got a passion to help people. So that's kind of my dream, although it's never been my focal dream. But now, with the line of work that I'm in, it's a really big passion of mine. And I'd say to really work and build on what I'm doing already.
And since you've been in Brazil for the last 10 months, of course, you got to see more about the Brazilian culture, a totally different culture where you come from. When you think about this moment in your life, do you feel like you're meant to be in Brazil right now?
Absolutely. Yeah, I really do. Yeah, my wife's family, they all like jokingly call me Brazilian. My wife, she's a Botafogo fan, so she's a Botafoguense. And I adopted Botafogo. I went to watch them win the Libertadores at the Engenhão Stadium.
Wow.
And then my nickname is Pekenchi. Sure you know that way.
Pekenchi, I love it. I love it.
So, yeah, and then I think everything about it, it's sunny every single day, near enough, 30 plus degrees. I can wear no t-shirt, shorts and flip-flops to pretty much wherever I want to go. It's so laid back. People they've got good vibes. It's just an amazing place overall.
Wow, beautiful. Last question, ready?
Sure.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, tell me what Brazil has taught you so far.
Brazil has taught me, so it's taught me some things, but it's mainly reinforced things for me as well. So some of those things are, we're all born equal. Yeah, so, whether I'm from England and people are here from Brazil, we all bleed the same blood, regardless of religion, color, creed, any of that stuff. So it's really reinforced that for me as well. It's also shown me that, people with the least often have the most. So people who are living in favelas, they may have, only the shirt on their back, but they've got some of the biggest hearts in the world. And they'll help you out regardless. Even if they've got nothing, they'll still give you everything. And yeah, it's a really good thing.
I lived in Rio de Janeiro in 2007. Just before I moved to London, I was living in Portugal already, and I moved to Brazil for 6 months in Rio for the first time to live in Rio. Remember, it was my first time living there, and I was like, even for Brazilian people, you feel like, my God, what's that? What's this? You know what I mean? Because where I come from is totally different. The accent, it's very different. And I remember arriving in Rio, and I was like, oh my God, I'm here now. And I spent 6 months there, and I totally get your points. And even for a Brazilian person, when I remember, like, we have this mindset, Joshua, that when we can feed 2 people, we can feed 4. When we can have 2 people sleeping, we can find a way to sleep 5 people. It's the way we approach life. I remember when I arrived in Europe, I remember like sometimes my friends moaning about problems and things, and I was like, my God, that's not a problem. Like, for me, it wasn't a problem that, for me, problem was something much more like deeper or difficult, for me. So I understood the way, so for us, like when you say I'm in trouble in Brazil, it's because it's something like, wow, like very trouble, because we have this thing of, resolve problems in a such different way that's not wrong and right, it's just different. Yeah, like how we manage and we approach life. So I understand your point. And sometimes we have a lot, and sometimes we forget. So just being in some places, in different culture, that's when we realize that we have so much, and sometimes we forget, sometimes we don't understand. It's just, again, not bad about that, it's just because we don't know other cultures or different lifestyles. So I totally agree with your points. And I think for you, living there, trust me, you're gonna learn a lot. You already know a lot about our culture, but when you are there, like in daily basis, that's when you get the real, the real vibe and the real understanding about a different culture. That's amazing. Cool. Right. Last question is: do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
Do I know anybody who's living their life to the fullest?
Yeah.
Yeah, myself. I'd say I'm absolutely living my life to the fullest. And you as well, to be honest. It seems like you're doing a lot of interviews and you're doing everything you can. So that's a really nice thing. My brother as well, some of my friends, we're all living life to the fullest. You know, like I mentioned earlier, I wake up and I can honestly say that I don't wake up tired. I wake up and my mind is like 100% ready to go. Because with a view like I've got out here, I can't wait to have my breakfast and sit outside. I really can't. I can't wait to go to work and help, transform people's lives. I also help people learn English, which is going to help them in life as well. I love going to the gym. I love going to the beach, taking a walk where I live. There's a place called Corredor Esportivo. It's incredible. Yeah, I'd say, to be honest, without trying to be, egotistical, definitely.
No?
For sure.
It's great to feel like that. I think not wrong with that. I think when you're feeling, you're in a good place, I think that's the feeling of living best life. I think that's the way we see it for sure. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words, just one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? Let's start with money.
Freedom.
Fear.
Courage.
Family.
Everything.
Life.
Death. As weird as it sounds.
It's okay. Love.
Eternal.
Religion.
Interesting.
Sex.
More.
Politics.
Useful.
Friendship.
Again, everything.
Desire.
Risky.
I like that. I would define danger as well. Critical like that. Regrets.
Never.
Success.
Peacefulness.
Wish.
Hope.
Happiness.
Obtainable.
One word for Birmingham.
Many words for Birmingham. Home.
One word for England.
Beautiful.
Brazil, one word.
Sensation.
I like that. And the last one now, online coach, one word.
Rewarding.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your wife for a coffee. Yeah. No, for a açaí. To eat açaí together, me and your wife, and I'm gonna ask her. Define Joshua in one positive and one negative word only. What she would say?
Hardworking / persevering. Bad word. She could say so many. Sometimes.
Sorry. I was joking. I was like pé frio, which is the opposite of pé quente. I was joking.
Okay. You say that sometimes. Stubborn.
Stubborn. Okay. If I would ask the same question to your lovely mom, would be the same answer?
She would probably say now. To describe me, she would say very good. Very good. I know it's 2 words, but she'd probably say I've done well. Okay, so I'd say it's kind of successful.
And negative?
So many you could say as well. Negative. Sometimes unreasonable.
Okay. Let's play now, Joshua, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, but before you ask me the question, tell me what's your favorite Portuguese word?
Favorite Portuguese word? Meu Deus.
I love it.
I hear it all the time. If there's anything, see, it's like saying, "Oh my God," right? And
Yeah.
you hear it everywhere all the time. I'd probably say meu Deus. But also, I love liquidificador.
That's a very difficult one. My God,
It took me a long time to learn.
Liquidificador. My God, I was expecting that. And you said so correctly, liquidificador. Wow, that's amazing, impressive. And it's funny because to say meu Deus is a very people, carioca, people from Rio, they say meu Deus. Where I come from, I would say meu Deus. You see the difference? Yeah, they in Rio they go like shh, like meu Deus, shh. They have this shh, like Portuguese. In Portugal, they have this sound. Where I come from, we don't have much this sound. We kind of, for example, in Rio, door they say porta. Yeah, porta. This porta. Where I come from, we say porta. Porta. We have this R, and they make fun of us because it's like from the countryside. So, and in São Paulo, they say porta, porta. So Rio, porta, São Paulo, where I come from, porta.
So how would you say, like, like a corvo? Would you say corvo? Like corvo?
Corvo.
Yeah, like a bird.
Corvo. You see? Or corvo. You see?
We say corvo. Yeah.
That's the beauty of Brazil. Every state you go, it's in a different country. That's the beauty. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Joshua.
Yeah, definitely. So where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
I feel like a job interview now. Let me put my jacket on. Right, in 5 years' time, I want to see myself. I wish to see myself. I want to see myself, and I see myself working full time in the Magic Box. I want my channel to grow more and more. It's fascinating to connect with so many people around the globe, and I just want to, I have other projects as well, connect with the Magic Box, and I can't wait for me to be able to, to be full time. I'm already full time anyway because when you love something, very well, when you love something, I go to bed every night thinking about the Magic Box. I wake up every morning. I can't wait to post the thumbnails for my next interview. I can't wait in the evening to post like coming soon video. So my life is about it, the Magic Box. I love it. It's so I can't wait. Like in 5 years' time, I see myself as a full time on the show, and not just that, but always doing other projects as well, connect with the show. So yeah, that's how I see myself in 5 years' time, and I can't wait, just to be doing that because it's you are having the best of me right now, Joshua. When I'm here, yes, sitting here, that's the best way that you can have because I'm here, have the moment. I forget I'm recording. I just remember when I was looking here on the side because I feel like I'm talking to a friend. I feel like I'm connected with someone that I've never seen before, and that's the fascination of the Magic Box. It's about connecting with people and expressing ourselves the best. And sometimes the worst as well. We have our negative side as well. So here it's all about being your true self without any judgment. So I think that's how I see myself. You see, I can get carried away because I get so excited talking about the show. So yeah, that's how I see myself 5 years time. Yeah.
I wish you all the best of luck, and I'm really sure you're going to do well. Really.
Thanks again. Muito obrigado.
Nada.
Thanks again, Joshua. It's amazing for me as well to be connected with you right now in this time of your life. I think it's and even more in my country when I'm so patriotic. I love when people they are in Brazil and they have the best of their lives because somehow it's a beautiful culture. Not perfect, of course. We have our difficulties as well. However, it's a good place to be, and I'm glad that you are having the best of your life. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by in Portuguese. I'm joking.
I can say that's an incredible task.
I'm joking.
I wouldn't know where to begin. I'd probably say that there's so many things that I actually base my life on, characteristics, quotes, practices, but if I had to boil it down to one thing, I'd probably say that everything that you want is on the other side of fear.
Wow, that's a good one. That's for sure. It's scary to go there, but do it because it's the beautiful things are there, for sure. Amazing. Thanks so much, and say hello to your wife and friends in Brazil, all everyone, and keep in touch. And I see you in Rio de Janeiro one day, okay? I see you there for a caipirinha.
No. Send me a message.
Take care. Keep in touch, okay? Bye bye. Take care. Ciao, ciao. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.